Hey guys, it's Brian Shaw from Shaw Photography. Today I'm going to show you how to load a roll of 35mm film into a medium format camera like a Holga or a Diana or a Roliflex. All you're going to need to do this is film adapters for 35mm film to make it into 120, as well as a changing bag, which you can buy on Amazon. The changing bag will be about 20 bucks on Amazon, and the adapters are anywhere from like 10 to 20 bucks as well. You need a medium format camera and some 35mm film. So let's get into it. I'll show you what you need to do. Basically, all you're gonna need to do is take off the back of your camera, just like you would if you're loading any sort of roll of film into it. Take your adapters, insert them into your film. Now you'll see that now the 35mm film is about the same size as a roll of 120. Insert it into the back of your camera. Stretch your leader across and onto your take-up spool. At this point, I like to add a little bit of tape onto the film just to keep it in place so that when you're advancing the film, it definitely advances. Stretch your leader across, insert your take-up spool back on the camera. Now you can see as I start to wind it, it will pull your film right across the back of the camera. Now you'll notice that this is a square format camera. It's a 6x6. So what's gonna happen when you take this image is instead of it being a square, it's gonna be more of a panoramic. So as you can see, the image is gonna be right in the center. So anything in your viewfinder that's above it or below it is not gonna be on the frame. So keep that in mind when shooting. After you have this into the camera, you're gonna attach the back. Advance your film. I always recommend putting some painter's tape on the back window. You're gonna have a lot of light leaks. If you don't, I don't even know if the image will even be visible if you don't put painter's tape on it, but this still does allow a lot of light to come through, so you get a lot of different pinks and reds on your image as well. After you go ahead and you've advanced your film, you're ready to go out and shoot. So when you're shooting, you're not gonna be able to know what frame you're on because you closed off the back of the camera. But as you're shooting, you can either make sure you advance far enough so that each frame is its own, or you can just embrace having a lot of overlapping or multiple exposure images, which I did a lot in the images that you see below. So once you're done shooting, you need to retrieve the film from the back of this camera. What you're gonna need to do for that is your changing bag. Place the film into the changing bag. Zip it up. And we'll go into the back. So you're gonna have to feel around to see where your camera is, take off the back, and then take out your roll of film. As you're in there, you're gonna wanna rewind your film so that the film is back inside the canister. And once that is complete, you can then take your film out of the changing bag. So at this point, your now exposed roll of film is back in the canister. You'll want to rewind it all the way back so the leader's inside the canister. But at this point, you'll just send it off to your lab, and then make sure you tell them if you want the sprockets in the scans or not, and they'll be able to scan it with those. And that's basically all you got to do. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to be posting a few more videos like this on experimental film on our blog, so please follow along, and thanks a lot.